Next month, Colgate Rochester Divinity School will move out of its historic campus near Highland Park in Rochester and head over to Village Gate. But there's already been a significant change in the school's corner office. They hired Dr. Angela Sims as president, the first black woman to lead a local college. Adam Chodak sat down with her earlier this month to talk about the transition.
What is it like to come into this historic campus knowing you're going to move to a new one?
Having worked at an institution for the previous 12 years where we made 2 relocation, one coming from the initial campus site, just recognizing that it's really not the place that defines the institution, but it's how we think about how we not only honor the past, live in the present, but prepare for the future that's most important to me.
And what is the mission as you see it?
So the mission, as I see it, will remain unchanged, and that is preparing individuals for service, not only to congregational-based ministries, but for service to the world and for the people who are who comprise that world. Being really attentive to our commitment to peace and justice, and thinking about the way in which that is interwoven throughout the life of this community.
That's really interesting. To me, it sounds almost secular when you have other congregations, other denominations talking primarily about immortality and the afterlife. You're talking about the here and now.
I am, and I guess for me, having grown up in predominantly Black Baptist congregations, as I aged, I really began to question, how is it that we can talk about life in the here and after, always talking about this ascendancy, but not deal with the groundedness where we have our feet planted in everyday life? And I think that we need to be attentive to both. If we can't attend to the life of those whom we see every day, then I even question the quality of our relationship with the divine being whom we don't see.
You've studied and written quite a bit about lynchings. In part, you said, because it represents the power of fear and how people have used fear to control others. How do you overcome such a means of control that's lasted thousands of years?
I think one of the ways is to begin to name and confront. I've always believed that until we can name something accurately, we can't begin to address it. And as I look at issues that are unfolding in this country, my work suggests that a culture of lynching is still very much prevalent, and that we need, in this school and in other schools of theology, to begin to really name those problems, and to do so mindful that we might not be the best place for every individual to study.
Do you see any progress in this realm?
I always see signs of hope. I always believe that there is indeed, metaphorically, more light than darkness, and that often we have to be willing to perhaps step outside of some comfort zones and to expand our own networks in order to find out whom else is engaged in this work.
And the development plans for the campus Crozer is leaving has been a news item on its own this summer. You can see our coverage of that in this story of Dr. Sims, which is in the Adam interview section at rochesterfirst.com.